perform either of this lab, cloud storage using Cloud Console or cloud storage using CLI or SDK. So if you're comfortable doing in the Cloud Console, you can complete this lab. But if you want to understand how to create a bucket using the command line tool, you can also try this lab. So I'll be showing this lab as well. So I'll be starting this lab. Here also, we'll be creating a bucket and uploading an object into the bucket. So we will perform all of the tasks using the CLI. So let's start the lab. Click on Open Google Cloud Console and log in with the student user ID and the password. So since we will be creating a bucket using the CLI, let's activate the Cloud Shell. So click on Activate Cloud Shell. So this will activate the command line interface. So you can open this in new window as well. So here click on Open in new window. Now the Cloud Shell is activated. Let's go back to the lab. So setup and requirements, it's the same. It explains how you can start the lab. Let's move ahead. So next we need to set the region. So let's copy this command. Gcloud config set, we are setting the region to US Central 1. So let's copy this command, go back to Cloud Shell and execute it here. So this will set the region to US Central 1. So when prompted for authorize, you need to click on authorize. So it will authorize the Cloud Shell. Let's proceed with the task 1. We will be creating a bucket using the JSUtil. So here in this lab, we will be using JSUtil in Cloud Shell. So this condition, bucket naming rules, you can go through this. So I have already explained in the previous lab when I created bucket using the Cloud Console. So here we will use the make bucket. So here we will be using the JSUtil tool followed by MB. MB is nothing but make bucket. So if you are creating a bucket using the JSUtil tool on the Cloud Shell, you need to follow this format followed by GS colon and the bucket name. So under bucket name, I will be providing the project ID as a bucket name. So I will be copying until this. Go back to Cloud Shell. Let's copy this project ID and paste it here. So this will create a bucket with this name. So you have to ensure that you create a bucket with a unique name. So now the bucket got created. If you go back to the Cloud Console here, if you click on Cloud Storage, click on Buckets, here you can see bucket got created with this name. So we have created bucket from the Cloud Shell. So let's go back. Here you can click on check my progress and this should be complete now. So each bucket has a default storage class which you can specify when you create your bucket. So that's true. Next, let's upload an object into the bucket. So if you're using CLI tool, you can run curl command followed by this URL. This will download the image which is hosted in this path. So let's copy this. Go back to Cloud Shell. Execute this command. So now you can see it got downloaded. So let's go back. Next, using gsutil cp command, we will upload this image to the bucket. So here you can see gsutil cp command. When we issue cp command, it will copy. So this is the image name. So as you can see in the previous command, -- output, we have specified this name here. Then followed by the destination location where this image needs to be uploaded. Let's copy this command and execute it here. So this will upload this image to the bucket. Here you need to specify the bucket name. So this is my bucket name. So here you need to provide the bucket name. So ensure that you replace your bucket name with the actual bucket name here. So execute this command. So now you can see it's copying this file. So the operation is complete. Now it has copied this file to the bucket. So if we go back to Cloud Console, we go inside bucket, there should be a file. So now you can see there is a JPEG file which got uploaded to this bucket. So let's go back to the console. Now we can remove the downloaded image by executing this command rm. So rm indicates remove, followed by the what needs to be removed, adder.jpg. So this image we are removing it. So copy this command, go back to Cloud Shell and execute it here. So this will remove that image. So when we issue this rm adder.jpg, it will remove the image. So from this location, not from the bucket, but from the present working directory. If we do ls, so here you can see there is no file here with this name. So it has removed from the local workspace. So initially in this command, we have downloaded this image into the local workspace. Now we have removed that image from the local workspace, not from the bucket. So if we go back to the bucket, even if we refresh here, the image will be available because we have uploaded into the bucket. So when we issue this RM, this will remove only from the local workspace, which means if I execute pwd, this is my local home workspace. So in this workspace, previously when we executed this cull command, it downloaded this image with this name. So that image we have removed it. I hope you are clear now. So let's clear the screen. Let's go back. Now let's download an object from your bucket. So let's execute this command jsutil cp-r followed by the bucket name and the file name. So here you have to ensure that you replace with your bucket name, and this is the image name followed by the dot. So dot indicates current working directory. Let's copy this command. Let's go back to Cloud Shell. We need to replace this. Okay, here my bucket name is the project name only. So I have replaced it. Let's execute this command. The operation is complete. If I perform ls, see now you can see this got downloaded. Okay, now that is done. Next, let's copy an object to a folder in the bucket. We will issue this command jsutil-cp followed by the bucket name. We are copying this image. So what we do is we will create a folder by the name image-folder, and then later we'll copy this image ada.jpg. Let's copy this command. Let's execute it here. Replace with your bucket name. So here, this is the source path from where we are copying the file. So we are copying this ada.jpg from this path, and this is the destination path to where we are copying this file. When we issue this command, if image-folder is already there, it will copy the file to this path. If it is not there, then it will create a image-folder. Then it will copy the file to that folder. So let's execute this command. So now we can see this operation is complete. Let's go back. Click on check my progress and this should be complete now. Now let's move it with a task by list contents of a bucket or folder. So using jsutil ls command, we will be listing the contents of a bucket. So here you have to ensure that you provide your bucket name. Execute it here. So this will list all the contents in the bucket. So here you can see there is a folder by the name image-folder, and ada.jpg is the JPEG image which we copied to that bucket. So let's go back. Next, let's proceed with the tasks. List details for an object. So if you want to know details of a specific object, you can issue this command jsutil ls-l followed by the bucket name followed by the object name. Let's copy this command, go back to Cloud Shell. Also, let's execute this command. When we execute this command, it shows this detail. Here you can see when this object got created and the object size. Let's go back. Now let's make the object publicly accessible. Let's execute this command jsutil acl. So acl is nothing but access control and ch is nothing but change. So when we execute this command, we are granting all users read access. So here you can see all users for R means read access to this ada.jpg file. So let's copy this command. So let's execute this command. Now the ACL is updated for this ada.jpg. We have provided read access to all the users. Now let's click on check my progress and this should be complete now. So now we have provided public access to all users so they can view this image. So this we can verify. If you go back to Cloud Console here, click on Cloud Storage, click on this bucket. So for this image, we have provided a public read access to all users. So here, if we scroll towards the right, here you can see public access has been enabled. So you can copy this URL and open in a new tab. So open this link in a new tab. Now you should be able to see the image. So this is the image which we uploaded to our bucket. So let's go close this. Let's come back. So test your understanding. An access control list is a mechanism you can use to define who has access to your buckets and objects. Yeah, that is true. Next, let's remove public access. So using this command, we will be removing this permission, whatever we have set. So ch followed by -d. -d is nothing but it is deleting. So it will remove this access, whatever we have provided to this image. So let's copy this command. Let's go back to Cloud Shell. You have to ensure that you provide the proper bucket name. So whatever bucket name you have created, you have to use that. Let's execute it now. So now you can see it has updated the ACL. on this added.jpg. Let's verify that. So I'm back to my Cloud Console. So this is the page. So let's refresh this page. So now you can see this public access has been removed. So this is not public now. So let's go back. So you can stop publicly sharing an object by removing the permission entry that as, by removing project owner role, by updating storage class. So all users. So this is a correct answer, all users. Next, let's delete the object by executing this command jsutil rm. Rm is used to remove, followed by the object name. Let's copy this, go back. So let's execute this command now. So this will remove the object. So now you can see the operation is complete. Let's go back. So if we go back to the console, so if we refresh this page, so that object has to be removed. So now you can see that object got removed. Now the lab is complete. This lab we saw how to create the bucket from the command line interface using the JSUtil tool, how to create an object and upload the object to the bucket, how to download this object into the local workspace, how to copy this object to the bucket and list the contents of a bucket or the folder, and how to create a folder, list details for an object, and how to make it publicly accessible, then remove access. Let's end this lab. That's it for today's video. I hope you found my video helpful. So I'll be performing other labs as well, and I will be uploading in the next video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found my video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you all for watching. See you in the next video.